Hey guys, Edmund Pelgan here and welcome back to another Shopify SEO review video. In my reviews, I look at Shopify sites and I look for ways of improving their organic traffic by improving their SEO. So today we're looking at a site called Wool Hero, and Wool Hero sells an eco-thermo wine guard. Now obviously the site is built on Shopify, and the first thing that strikes me is that I know it's a great product, I know it's recycled wool, but the messaging on the homepage is a little bit weak for me. It should just come out and punch you and smack you in the face to say, this is an eco wine guard or a wine tote, you know, and focus on those features being the fact that it's recyclable and that it's natural and it's made of wool, to really smack you in the face and say, hey, this is different from the traditional wine carrier or wine tote that you would use. So I think it's really important, especially given that it's from New Zealand, it's made of, you know, wool, beautiful little sheep. There's a whole marketing positioning angle there that's a real opportunity for them, and it's missing on the homepage. So the first issue I see is that this is a one product website, and as a one product website, the homepage needs to do heavy lifting in terms of showing great visuals, in terms of talking about the features of the product, in terms of the benefits of the product, and driving you to take that conversion action to buy the product itself. And so there are key elements that I suggest that are missing from this. I think the imagery on the homepage, the banner image is a little bit thin in the sense that I can't really see the product that well, and it's certainly, I think that could be improved, maybe someone showing someone using the product as well. But you know, the other thing that's missing too is the fact that this is a product from New Zealand. It's made of wool. You know, there's a whole love of New Zealand and earthy, authentic, natural products there, and I think that the site could leverage that a little bit more with some improved visuals and maybe some more copy. The one thing that you want to focus on with one-page websites is that the home page, or the one page that you've got the product presented, needs to function as a landing page to drive interest, a landing page to demonstrate the use of the product, a landing page to show social proof and trust, and then as a mechanism to drive the conversion action or the buy. And the current homepage is missing a lot of that. I think that main image hides the product somewhat. I'd like to see a better product shot so I could see what's involved. And the rest of the copy and the content is okay, but as I said, it's really designed, the current layout that the theme is using is a traditional homepage, landing page, e-commerce landing page, where it's designed to sort of drive you into those different collections and pages. And in this case here, it's a single product website. And what's missing for me is the ability to buy off this homepage. You can see there's a shop button there, and if I click on the shop button, it takes me to the product page, which is fine, and you can see the product imagery, and you've got all the relevant information there. But I'll give you an example. There's another website called Death Wish Coffee where you go straight to it. Bam, you can buy off this homepage. There's the product, there's the variations, away you go, right? Very focused on driving the transaction. All right, so let's look at what else, besides the design and the aesthetics there, that can certainly be improved. What else is missing? So the other thing that's missing on the homepage is social proof. What I would like to see is pulling Instagram images of people who are using it. You know, maybe they can start a campaign where anyone who's using the product can put a featured shot on Insta and hashtag it, and you can feed that onto the homepage, Google reviews, things like that. What you want is a ton of social proof to demonstrate that people before you have bought it, they love the product, they are buying the product because they want to be authentic, they want to be supporting the environment, they want to be minimizing waste by buying these reusable products. So social proof is going to be a massive thing. I think there is certainly an opportunity to improve page load speed. I had a look at the page load speed using a variety of different tools. GT Metrics runs a page load speed test, but unfortunately it doesn't have a test server. Let's try that again. It doesn't have a test server in New Zealand. It's just testing it from Sydney, and it's showing a fully loaded time of 10.8 seconds. That being said, the homepage is only 1.62 megs, so I'm not sure what else could be done to improve the speed there. If we looked at the Page Speed Insights tool, it's showing that the desktop version is quite fast. Mobile is somewhat slower. It takes 2 seconds for the first contentful paint, the first piece of content to load up. But once again, it's a Shopify site. You've got to control the things that are within your ability to control. One thing being image sizes. So these are the images on the site. They're about 260K each. You could certainly try to compress or improve the sizes there. Anyway, back to the site. So the question then is, what is this site ranking for? So if we go to SEMrush, put the URL in, what we can see is in New Zealand, it's got visibility for only 2 keyword phrases, those being tote bags, wholesale New Zealand, and reusable wine bags. Now, the rankings are way off page 1, so the site's not going to see any of that traffic anyway. Question is, why is it not ranking? So if we look at the backlink profile of the site, we can see that according to SEMrush, 0 backlinks, and that's probably the key issue as to why this site isn't ranking. If we look at the homepage optimizations, the homepage certainly could stand some improving. The current homepage title starts with Home, Wool Hero, with the brand, wine tote bag, recycled New Zealand wool. I certainly think that there's an opportunity to rewrite that in a more compelling fashion, focusing on the New Zealand wool, focusing on the recyclable element, but incorporating the target keywords around whether that's a wine tote bag or a wine carry bag, whatever that terminology is. I did some initial keyword research, and the New Zealand volumes are really quite low, and I focused on the US to see what kind of volumes were around things like wine tote. And in the US, we've got wine tote with 2,400 monthly searches, wine tote bags another 880, which leads me to the question as to why this isn't a global site. It is on a woolhero.co.nz domain name. My recommendation is put it on a .com or a .co, set that site to target global rankings and build the links that way. Run the social media campaigns to get people to build social proof, hashtag themselves on Insta and feed that Insta into the homepage. Look for ways of getting product reviews by sending the bags out to bloggers and whatnot who write about wine and who carry it, and get them to write about the product and link back to the site. That's another strategy for building links. But the reason I would suggest put it global is because the world loves New Zealand. New Zealand holds a great place in people's minds as a place that's natural, a place that's clean, and a place that you can buy an authentic wool product like this that has massive cachet. And it also has, for those people who want to buy something that's going to save the planet, etc., this is a great product to have. And I think the New Zealand market is probably too small for it. If for example, if I choose New Zealand in SEMrush, and we look at the volumes there, right, we'll see what keywords come up under wine tote. You can see the first phrase is Aldi tote wine bag with 70. Insulated wine cooler tote, 40. This is not an insulated one. And you have to go all the way down to, say, wine bottle tote, 20. So the volumes in New Zealand aren't great. So my recommendation is set it on a global domain. Make this a global product. Use the social media channels to build that buzz, to get that social proof embedded on the homepage. Rewrite and improve the homepage so that the homepage is focused on driving that transaction, but having all the information on that page. You certainly want to make sure that there's sufficient on-page copy. And what I would do there was I'd run an analysis with a tool like Surfer SEO. And so you'd put in the phrase wine tote or wine tote bag, and you'd see, hey, everyone who's ranking for wine tote, in this case here, wine tote bag, everyone on page 1 is ranking with around 652 characters. So what we'll do is pop this tool, this website, into Surfer SEO, and what we'll do is we'll compare the homepage content of this site to the homepage content of the top 10 that are ranking. So if we have a look here, we'll let that boot up. But the whole idea here is to make sure that homepage is comparable to every other page that's ranking on page 1, not only in the link profile, but also in terms of the amount of on-page copy and the keywords that you use. So for example, here we go. If you look at Wool Hero here and you compare it to the sites that are ranking on page 1, obviously the website, the content score is 27, which is Surfer SEO's way of telling you that, hey, the content needs to be improved. It needs to have more copy. It needs to have more relevant terms included in it, etc. Right? And so this is a great tool. You can simply click on the audit there and it'll tell you, hey, you want to add another 500 words, 100 to 500 words in the copy, add more relevant keyword phrases. It's a great tool to help you improve that on-page copy. So all in all, the site is a great start. It's a great product, and that's the awesome thing. You start with a great product, you should be able to sell it well as long as the site is supporting it well. So I think I went through all the improvements. Improve the homepage copy, improve the ability to buy off the homepage, add in social proof, and build links. Implement some campaigns to promote the product, to get it out in front of bloggers, to give some samples away, get them to review it, post pictures onto social media, write about it on their blogs and link back to you. And over time, as long as that homepage is optimized for the relevant terms, recycled or recyclable or natural wine tote bags, then this site will start to improve its rankings and visibility. And besides all the branded traffic you'll get from that social, you'll start to get some non-branded organic rankings, and that'll drive traffic. That'll help you make sales from organic search. Hope that was helpful. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below. Cheers.